Good day, folks. Thanks for tuning in. This is going to be a ZvZ replay analysis. And our hero today is Dr. Seuss. And in the top left is our opponent, Barcode. Could be anyone. Could be Sulky. Probably not. So definitely want to be moving this Overlord out a little earlier, but it does look like we're going to be opting for some early aggression from the looks of it. Nice early gas. We'll probably see that pool shortly thereafter. Where's the Overlord going? It could see, like if you went right above you, you would see where your opponent is. You could see their gas timing and stuff, like their pool timing, whether they've expanded. And then get that first Overlord to like back here or something, because later on what players will do with their Overlord is they'll scout the exact timing of their opponent's expansion, and then they'll just be perched somewhere here, you know, where it can't be killed by queens, and you can still see whether these patches are mining. Because that might come into play way later. You're like droning up your expansion or something, and you look at this Overlord, you see, the opponent has no drones at their expansion. Maybe they're all inning me or something. But yeah, that's why you want to send this first Overlord out just a little earlier. There it is going though. But just try to remember that second location too, of behind their expansion. The other thing too is if you send that Overlord up here first and he's not here, you can get on the track to this base, right? The cross spawn. Okay, let's see. Our pool's just a little late here, I think. Yeah, so I think this extractor trick is happening too early. Generally, we'll go back actually just like 8 seconds. Yeah, so, we'll go back even a few seconds more, sorry. Right about here, so when you get to 200 minerals, so about, 5 seconds ago, that's when you want to start the pool. And then you'll make another drone up to 14, and then you'll do the extractor trick up to 15, and then the Overlord. So I think the steps there were just a little bit off, and the pool, as a result, is going to be very late. Very late on the pool. Where's the pool? Well, that's a bit unfortunate, because this is usually when the pool finishes, is about now, and you make the 2 to 3 sets of lings, you get your queen and your speed, and notice you have the money and the gas for it. So yeah, this is normally the time where we get that queen started, the lings, and take out a gas and start speed. You probably want your expansion by now too. That usually happens about a little bit earlier than this, but that's fine, we got it going. What do those drones chase? Yeah, if a drone comes into your mineral line, pretty much just ignore it until the lings are out. Don't chase it with workers. Just keep your workers mining and keep building lings and queens and stuff. So I see we're going right into that roach war, and this is maybe a little early. However, you have built up a lot of gas, so it's reasonable. But I would probably do something like get your total 2 queens out earlier, be injecting at the hatcheries, and then a little later start the roach warren and fill that gas. Our real goal is to shut down this expansion, hopefully ensure the kill, but our opponent has speedlings, oh no! And in that kind of scenario, you obviously don't want to be attacking the hatchery. I assume you weren't even looking at this point, but if there's any kind of lings attacking you or whatever, you just want to get your lings out of there. Or attack the lings if you think you can kill them. I don't know, this might actually, be enough to kill the queen, kill the lings, and get the hatch. So as we can see though, behind this, really want to be watching the macro. Lots of missed time in terms of the queen being late, so less larva of injects, and just overall production of the lings could have had them more steady. Because really should be down pretty close to 0. Shouldn't get this high in the money. Jeez, our opponent's getting a lot of Zerglings. Are we into roach production yet? So I feel like by now we should have the gas refilled and should be into roaches, like we have the warren done. So like an Overlord, so that you can build at least 8 or so roaches, get up a little bit more gas. Total of 200 for 8 roaches, so just mine, 68 more gas. And then pump a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't think the speedling aggression is going to do any more once he gets this many speedlings and roaches. Or sorry, speedlings and a spine. Just looking at the production tab, we've been in Ling production for a really long time, and even this expansion hatchery hasn't been hotkeyed. So we're committing the cardinal sin of Zerg play, which is having more than 3 larvae at one base. Obviously the hatcheries won't produce more because of that. So if you're spending it more, and this hatchery's hotkeyed and you're always spending that larva, then you're getting a lot more larvae, obviously. Yeah, could see an overlord getting a little too close to blocked. We do see the gas refilled and getting pretty close to that 200 count. So right now, like with our larvae, how many do we have? Actually, a lot. 10 larvae, so great. We should be able to build our 10 roaches. At least 8, but maybe even 10 because we have so many larvae. So this is the time really we can't afford to be supply blocked, and this is going to delay us a lot. The fact that we are supply blocked. Might actually kill us because holy shit, that's a lot of Zerglings. And drones are building. We need roaches so bad. Oh no. This is a really big timing. This is happening at about 6 minutes. Just gonna look at the economy behind this. Yeah, he's really just trying to kill you here. He has no plans of taking it to a longer game. Too late for spines, I feel like. I feel like roaches are really the fastest thing that we can get out. Roaches take 19 seconds. Spines take almost twice that. If you were going to try to build spines, definitely not there. They're going to get killed. You might just try to get them back here and then move them or something. Or even over here. But there's no way we're defending this without 10 plus roaches. GG. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to take over command of this game. I'll just do it right from the start. And we'll go over all the steps of the build. And everything that you want to be doing. So Tang, aka Dr. Seuss. Here we go. So right at the start, yeah, you click and you build the drone. You hotkey the overlord and move it out. Hotkey your hatcheries. Keep building drones. The very first drone that you built builds your gas. Like that. And then this one that I build up to 14 with, this one is rallied to build the pool. Now that I'm waiting for that drone to finish, I'll just, get this overlord moving through here, and I'll set it to where I want it eventually. I always shift rally that overlord to a safe location. I start this pool. So the pool shouldn't be later than like 35 seconds. It's very early, and then yet fill this gas. And this is the extractor trick time. We cancel the extractor, so we're at 15 out of 14. Pool's already on the way when we do that. And then the overlord on 15. And we'll also rally this one across the map somewhere. And so, we should be able to afford the speed, all the Zerglings, and the queen right when the pool finishes. So we remove from gas at 100. Lings, queen, and speed will be just a couple seconds. But this is really what it should look like. So by 130, you should hit this like 0-0 minerals and gas. So I think that's really what needs to be the focus right now. And then these lings are all hotkeyed and they move out right away. I'm going to go right up to 22. Obviously our opponent's doing nothing. And then this is when you expand. So really by the time you expand, lings should be halfway across the map. Your queen finishes, you inject, you hotkey the queen. Overlord. Could build another ling here, I think I will. And then I'll queue up a queen. So this is really important. That first queen is out and injecting by like 2 minutes. And then the next queen is even going to be queued up here so that it started by 2:30, even earlier, 2:20ish. This overlord should be rallied. More lings. And this queen will inject again, move down to the expansion. And it'll time out nicely because this queen will come out and they'll be able to both inject at the same time. Speed finishes so that we can engage really aggressively by like 3 minutes. About now you might start the transition, about when your queens are both out. Or I could just really flood lings. Like you can see already up to 24, that'll be, yeah. And if I wanted, like I could make another huge round here. But I'm just going to start the droning. And I'll get that roach warren too. And hopefully you shut down the expansion here nice and early. I'm just squeezing out a few more drones here, but the big thing, I want to get some overlords built because I know that roach warren's like getting close to halfway done. And I'm going to need a lot of supply. I already have, what, 6? So I'm going to build 2 overlords here. And that's going to give me a total of 20 supply. Is that right? I think that's right. 22 supply? Math is terrible right now. And I'm going to be able to make a lot of roaches. So right away, like by 4 minutes, we're already building roaches. And you can see, like, this is what you kind of want, is your money and gas to be consistently low. And your larva also to be low. But I don't really have the resources to spend all my larvae right now. How many roaches do I have? 7, so I'll go right up to, you know, I'll do 10. I could pull out a gas right now if I wanted. I'll just wait a little bit. Maybe get another overlord. And just build 2 more roaches. Cool. 10 roaches, and now I'll make some lings. Remember, last game, your opponent arrived at about 6 minutes, and you can see you can get these roaches out well in time for those. And what you would probably do is just like this, like hold position on this big ramp, like maybe get these roaches spread out a bit better. And like Ling Baneling cannot kill this many roaches, it just can't happen. And then you just push out with the roaches and keep building lings. And the way I would have it is like this, roaches on control group 2, lings on control group 1. So that as these roaches move across the map, they don't stop for anything. I can use the lings for counterattacks and stuff. And then, you know, once I feel like I've pushed him back or whatever, I can go for the big engagement at his expansion at about 6 minutes. And then here, I would lead with the roaches, let them absorb the baneling hits, maybe even target banelings if I see any, right? And then once his banelings are dead, it's just a flood in with everything. And win! And then behind this, if you had to transition, big round of drones, gas, fill the gas in the main again. Probably go up to like 3 pretty quickly if I had this much money. Take an expansion. You know, Evo chamber, rally this back to the main. I'm not going to do this whole transition, but just to show. And I'd just be powering drones, I'd fill these gas, get the lair, get the +1, and get roach speed. And then make more roaches and try to win. That's it. Lair. +1. Up to 3 gas. Yeah, need more drones, but otherwise this is pretty good. I'll even take a few. So here's about the point where I hit pretty close to full 2 base saturation with 3 gas. And I would go into mass roach production. And like I said, when the lair finishes, you get the roach speed, you get the overseer, you push with roaches, and then you can drone up your 3rd and stuff behind it. So that's a way to play very aggressive, like sequenced aggression in ZvZ. I'm actually going to turn off the stream now and then start it up again for a couple more replay analysis in ZVP.